So I'm back in Dad's shop, and we have kind of a cool situation here. So we have this tractor, the 8530. It's hooked up to our anhydrous bar. So we have a John Deere tractor in here. We have a Fendt, like, sitting right next to it. It's kind of cool. I like the red on the wheels. The paint looks good. Anyways, so I wanted to do a quick little side-by-side comparison. This isn't going to be too in-depth, but I've been able to spend a little bit more time with the Fendt, been able to familiarize myself with a little bit more. So I wanted to do just a little comparison on the differences between these two tractors, besides the colors. I have nothing bad to say about John Deere or Fendt. This is purely just a comparison of some features that I've noticed, so no hate to either one. I like them both. Starting off with the John Deere, we're just gonna look at the steps. They're angled out a little bit. We've got two handles here, and this kind of handle to open up into the cab. Okay, next on the Fendt, this tractor is a little bit taller. Steps are a little bit wider, and we have a little more protection from wheel, but we're still pretty close here. But we do have a nice little handle here, and it is pretty much the exact same handle to get into the cab here. There is a nice little light though, so if I was getting it in the dark, I like that. Now, obviously, this tractor cab is going to be a little bit dirtier because it's not a brand new tractor that's sitting over there. We have a buddy seat here. It doesn't flip down. We have a seat here, armrests, air ride, swivels all around. We have our steering wheel right in front. It lowers down and adjusts in all directions here. And then we have a lot more monitors set up because we were running anhydrous on this tractor. But here we have our air controls. We have some different settings down here for setting hydraulics. Then this is what our armrest looks like. We have a throttle. This is what makes us go faster and slower at controlling our gears. And we see all of that display right over here. Pretty straightforward. A little storage here. And a cup holder there. Don't mind my Nature Valley snack. That's nothing. Okay, climbing the Fendt. A little bit cleaner since no one's used it. It also has a buddy seat, but this buddy seat folds down. Has a little clipboard back here. This part of the seat folds down so that when the operator is in the seat here, like me, and I twist my knees around, nothing's in the way. Kind of nifty. Something that I didn't think I would want or need, but I think I'd use it. Same kind of air ride seat. It is heated though, that's nice. It's got all the same controls to swivel around. Our steering wheel comes down. As you can see, the display looks a lot different. Here we have all of the like non-tractor PTO machinery switches. So we have the switches for air and lights and flashers and windshield wipers, and all that's right here. And the display that would be in the John Deere right over here is right in front of the steering wheel like it is on a car. Swiveling around to our little armrest here, we also have storage in the armrest. But a big difference that I noticed between the Fendt and the John Deere is that in the Fendt, everything is color-coded, whereas it is not in the John Deere. So if you see over here, all the yellow buttons, those control the PTO. Green buttons are your four-wheel drive, diff lock. Blue is your 3-point. White, here is my auto steer. Orange is transmission, and all of those carry over into here, all that color coding. Instead of that small throttle, I have this big throttle, and this controls my speed, as you can see here. This is a return to neutral throttle, so if I go over to the side, puts the tractor in neutral, back is reverse, forward is forward, and this sets me in my cruise control here. And so on this side, I have a sensitivity adapter. So if I have it in 1, it's the lowest sensitivity. So when I just tap it forward, it will slowly ease me into drive, and then to however fast I want it set, I can hold in. In order to do that, I have to hold in this little button to avoid me just hitting it and throwing it into drive. But then if I crank it up into 4 here, this is the most sensitive. So if I tap it, it immediately throws me back into reverse. Sounds like that'd be for sticky situations. I'd probably keep it in 2 or 3, somewhere there. Okay, now I'm coming back around to the John Deere. I've got to be careful because we just greased this the other day, and so there's gross grease spots everywhere. I don't want to get dirty. But on the back of the John Deere, here we have all of our hydraulic hookups. See these buttons up here? I didn't even know we had those buttons until I asked Dad about them. But pressing those controls this 3-point from outside of the tractor. The 3-point is what is hooked up onto the anhydrous bar. So those buttons can raise and lower it from the outside of the tractor. Here's all of our hydraulic hookups. They're labeled 1 through 5, and so they're correspondent. We also label these hoses. So this is a 5, goes into the 5. So in the cab, we know that the number 5 hydraulic, I know 1 raises and lowers the bar, and so those are all corresponded here. Now, coming over to the Fendt, something that I noticed immediately when I got to the farm were these buttons on the outside here. And they're color-coded the same way that the cab is here. So yellow controls the PTO, so you can actually spin the PTO shaft right there from the outside of the tractor and raise and lower the 3-point right from out here. I just really enjoy how clearly labeled they are and the fact that they're on either side, so you have easy access. Then under here, we have the hydraulic hookups. However, they are not numbered. They are color-coded. And so instead of in the cab making sure that, I'll flip this around. Instead of in the cab making sure that your number 1 hydraulic controls something, you just hook it up to the blue, and you can program the blue hydraulic to be whatever you want it to be. So if you want the blue hydraulic to raise and lower your disc, that's what it can do. Next, I want to do a little bit of comparison with a tape measure. So we have duals on the front here, and they are, let's see here, 5.5 foot tall. These back tires, they are duals as well, and they are almost 7 foot tall. We also have duals on the 8530. These front ones are 5 foot, and these back ones are just a touch over 6 foot. On the John Deere, we have front weights here. Then we added a toolbox on the front for some extra storage. The Fendt also has a front weight on it right now, but if I understand right, the front also acts as an independent 3-point from the back. So you can theoretically have another attachment on the front of your tractor. It comes with 2 toolboxes built in. Here's the obvious one here. Then you press this button. Look at that. Unlock so it doesn't jostle around. You have another toolbox built in. Also on this side is a little ladder. I'm not entirely sure what it's there for, but I think it would make cleaning windows a lot easier in the field. I'm gonna step up here, use this handle, and now I have access to clean this window. That might be kind of handy. Next will be the lights test. It's not pitch black dark outside, so I feel like I can't totally compare these two, but at least you'll get to see what they look like. Next we have the John Deere. Difficult to be able to compare 2 tractors, especially because they have such a big time difference. I mean, they're over 10 years apart technology-wise, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a frame of reference so that this wasn't the only thing you saw. I wanted you to be able to see all the features of this tractor kind of in comparison with another thing. So they're both great tractors. They just offer a lot of unique, different things. I would really like to thank Tanner at Butler Ag and Butler Ag as a whole, the entire company, for making this demo possible. It's still too wet to get out in the field with the Joker, but we're getting closer. The sunshine is out, as you can see. It's bright out there. Just trust me, the sunshine is out. It's really bright outside, so hopefully the ground is drying up and we'll be able to get in the Joker very soon. And I can show you guys a true demo of the Fendt power. Just a quick little cow update for everyone since I'm walking by here and thinking of it. We only have 2 heifers and 12 cows left to calve, and then we will be done for the year. And then we'll have our big cow working day and then send them out to the pasture to enjoy and live out their happy cow lives for the rest of the summer on grass. My little calf haven is still in good use. Look at them all. They really enjoyed their shelter from the rain. They're staying warm and dry.